What's up, everybody? It's your boy Legacy back again with another Ghost commentary here today for you guys. And before I get into the topic, this is a Clan v Clan match on Sovereign Search and Destroy. I'm not going to say anything else. It's amazing. So while that plays in the background, let's get right into the topic. Now, Ghost has been out for about 3 months and a couple weeks now. And we had our pros and cons when the game first arrived. Now, after time has passed, obviously there'll be some cons that went to pro and still some cons remain, and some things that probably should have been done different. But anyway, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's start off with the good, hit detection. Now, hit detection has always been good for Infinity Ward, and what I mean by that is the hit markers you get and the way you kill people. Now, in the beginning of the game when it first came out, I also thought that it was that, but for some reason I thought people were just getting melted and the health was low, but in reality it wasn't. It was just the hit detection was really good. A few bullets kill, which is great, because in Black Ops 2, also known as Lag Ops, the hit detection wasn't that great. You would be aiming at people and you would just get nothing. Literally nothing, not even hit markers. So that's very good that Infinity Ward definitely improved on the hit detection, and it's really great. I enjoy it in this game. Now, let's move on to the servers. Now, in Black Ops 2, the servers were laggy. We were using a lot more player servers, and if there was bad hosts, we would have to play on the host before it would migrate. And a lot of times for league play, at the end, towards like the 7th or 8th season of league play, host booting became a huge option, and I saw it in pubs done as well, where the host was able to kick certain people out of the game, causing it to be a hack or a cheat to win, gain wins for league play and everything, which was a big thing that Ghost did a mix for. Obviously Xbox One, I think it's dedicated hosts, so that would make it great. Not having player hosts, meaning good connection, and also no host booting. So that's definitely good. Now let's move into Extinction. Extinction was amazing. I'm still a big Zombies fan, but Extinction, for the first time being out, was made great with a good story, with just a good game in general, and it could be played over and over again, and I did enjoy it. Like I said, I'm a big Zombies fan, but they did a good job with the aliens and everything. Everything was made really nice. Now, let's get into the bads, and hold on to your seatbelt here, because we definitely have to talk about some bads. So let's get into it. A lack of attachments. Now, that really bothered me, because in Black Ops 2 there was so many attachments for your weapon. It gave you customization with the weapon, gave you a lot of customization with the class. A lot of the things they did was took attachments from Black Ops 2 and turned them into perks, when in reality, I see where they were going for here, but I miss having quite a few attachments, and I'd rather have less perks, more attachments, but that's where I come from, in my opinion, and what I like. So then let's move into overpowered attachments. Now, the tracker sight was one of the biggest overpowered attachments in Call of Duty history. It basically took the tracker sight and turned it into turn the target finder into a super target finder. So with this one, it highlights your body, and it gives you an iron sight where you can flip it, and it gives you a gun with no recoil. Literally, it made the gun without recoil. Grab a light machine gun, throw a tracker sight on there, flip it to iron sight, and that gun has no recoil at all. So, that was definitely a bad thing, which it was banned in competitive. They haven't nerfed it for pubs, so it's probably going to remain there till the end of the game's life. So let's move on to the attachments that probably make no sense in Call of Duty. There's 2 weapons that are made with attachments that can't be taken off, and that are not included in either the class set or not attachments of the game. Laser sight for the RX assault rifle, the last one you unlock, or the one with the laser sight. Laser sight is not an attachment in Call of Duty Ghosts, and for some reason they figured, why not throw a laser sight on an assault rifle that you can't take off, and it's no such attachment in Ghost. So that was definitely bad. I didn't see anything good in that. And another thing was the marksman rifles. There's no foregrip for any of the marksman rifles except the first marksman rifle, which again you can't take off, and it's not an attachment for the marksman rifles. So it makes it kind of Like, okay, are they just throwing attachments everywhere? And really, it just didn't make sense to me. If you can't take them off and use them for other guns, why put them in there? You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to security. Right now in Call of Duty Ghosts, the security is pretty good. In the beginning, the game was already hacked. People were getting ways to be invisible, hacking the last prestige, having ridiculous KDs, hacking the leaderboards. This happens every year, but for some reason, Ghosts got hacked even before the game was released. So as soon as they turned on the multiplayer servers, before the game was released, already people were hacking and getting all the perks, all 35 perks for them. And really, it just annoyed the heck out of me. It happened so much in the beginning of the game. They fixed that, so that's why it's under bad and not ugly, because they have fixed that, and I haven't seen that in a while. There's still hacks and glitches, but they've taken care of that. OP classes. Now we move on to the late trend of Riot Shield with Danger Close, C4, Fast Hands, where you can fling out and pretty much become God using your Riot Shield to block bullets, and using Danger Close to basically blow up anybody around you or anywhere where you throw your C4. And that class just became repetitive, and it just turned into that in pubs. Why it's not under uglies? Because they have recently, with the patch, fixed that. So it's probably not as fast, but it's still out there, and it's still something that's pretty bad. Then the last one is Dead Silence. With Dead Silence not being totally dead silent, there was no point of running that perk till probably a month ago. That perk really had no use. It somewhat lightened your steps, but with good headsets and sound whoring, that didn't matter. Dead Silence was basically nothing. And recently they have patched that, so where everything's silent, which I am happy about. I'm glad to be running Dead Silence for Search and Destroy. It makes me very, 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 very happy to have. Now let's get into the ugly, because this gameplay is finishing, and there are a few uglies. No theater. Now, I understand they said theater brings lag, but I'd rather have theater mode, so for those gameplays that you miss, or you don't have editing or recording equipment, you would still be able to save those gameplays and put it up on YouTube, or save it for just to show off your friends. And theater mode was really good. I love theater mode ever since Black Ops 1. Gameplays really did, it did help me out with that. I would be able to store gameplays for later use. Now they don't have it, so anybody who doesn't have recording equipment, you're kind of crapped out of luck here. You can't really save your gameplays, and if you hit a trick shot, you snipers out there, it sucks to be you. So definitely that's very ugly. I did miss theater personally, even though I do have recording equipment. Now let's move on to the next one. Huge maps. The maps were pretty huge. They took out Ground War for the Xbox 360 and PS3, and for some reason they thought, well, let's just go ahead and do a 6v6 on a map that's probably a small battlefield size map. So that was very ugly. A lot of maps for competitive made it ridiculous to play on, or not even be able to be played on. So that really just threw it off, and playing Stonehaven on a 6v6 doesn't make sense. 9v9 would probably look better and probably be way more fun. So let's move on to no league play. League play was a big thing in Black Ops 2. It gave competitive rule settings to those players that aren't pro and trying to make it there, or for the pro players to practice when their team isn't on. It also gave a chance for people to learn competitive and to get into it. With no league play, even though the recent patch did bring Clan v Clan, which is just an MLG playlist with no ranking or no prize or reward, it really just makes it as a pub MLG playlist, which is good for practice, but it's not like league play, which gave you something to work for and to try hard on. Like I said, it was not available in the beginning of the game, so that is definitely an ugly that should have been there when the game was brought. No comp settings is the next one, and probably the biggest one of all. I'm a comp player, and when the multiplayer was revealed for the first time, Infinity Ward promised to have competitive settings, and we were all looking forward to it. I know all the competitive community, pros, amateurs, casual players, those who really watch competitive, didn't have anything to practice on, nothing at all. So it really just made us doubt Infinity Ward and made us complain more towards Infinity Ward for the fact that they promised to have that when it shipped and it wasn't there. So those were the biggest uglies, and there are some uglies like the DLC, the micro DLC that dropped. There was two camos that really didn't make sense, and I thought they could have picked something better, and instead it came out to be that, and that was kind of ugly. I hope the micro DLCs are way better, letting you customize your weapons with sexy camos, not ugly camos. And others, as of the competitive rule settings and the game types, they chose domination, which if hardpoint was a big success, why take out hardpoint, put domination, which was slow, and they didn't even have the right settings for it, like Black Ops 2. But anyway, you guys, this video is about to end. Let me know in the comment section below your ideas, your pros and cons, your good, bad, and ugly for Ghost. Everybody, this has been your boy Legacy. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Peace out.
If you send the, well, sometimes it works. If you send the planter to the opposite and you cause commotion on B or the opposite, whatever, they'll think. So, yeah, I don't know how to explain that, but yeah.